So, you succeeded in dousing the elixir cauldrons. Unimportant. The inevitable is already upon us.
Danshu. It's you.
I have met you before in my capacity as Chief Alchemist, Master Diviner. You don't seem surprised.
Indeed. The General and I knew that the disciples of Saint...
Master Diviner, allow me to show you what the Celestials were capable of.
Recount your sins. Time to twirl! You could have surrendered.
You must be honored to meet me.
I'm on guard.
Time to twirl!
You can't hurt me.
Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
No amnesty for the Mara-struck.
Oh, poor you.
Merciful Medicus. Hear my call.
The Order of the Ten Lords. Execute the Mara-struck!
Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Punishment of the Eye.
I shall judge you for the Ten Lords.
Maybe you can keep it down?
No amnesty for the Mara-struck.
Vines and veins.
Sinful!
Reaper.
You don't know how serious this is. Recount your sins. By the will of the Ten Lords. The Ten Lords decree. Hereby ordained.
Defend the weak.
Run deep.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
To my heart's content.
I shall judge you for the Ten Lords.
Time to twirl! Oh, poor you.
Sure.
Grasp of nature. That arrogance.
You still deny your sins? They're clear. Recount your sins.
Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours!
Why? She said... The ambrosial arbor's descent will bring us undying bodies. The one who gave us the Stellaron said that. Vantilia, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have fulfilled our promise. You, Lord Ravager, must do the same. Now, quickly.
Little pawn. Must you force me to intervene directly? I'm loath to flout my philosophy of destruction. Never mind. It would seem the time has come for other means of dismantling the Xianzhou from within. What a shame. It would have been nice to observe for a little longer. You received the gift of abundance.
Surely you can withstand the blessing of destruction.
Miss Pignude!
Benefactors, allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Lord Ravager Fantilia. I have come with a single purpose, to set in motion the self-destruction of the Xianzhou.
You could have surrendered.
Miss Ting-Yun, is the Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion? But how can that be? Keep calm, all of you. This is a formidable enemy. We have to stay together.
Time to go on the offensive. To the
Time to twirl!
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
Time to twirl!
You don't know how serious this is. Recount your sins. For the Mar struck.
Time to twirl!
By the will of the Ten Lords. The Ten Lords decree. Hereby ordained. I shall judge you for the Ten Lords.
Time to twirl!
You could have surrendered.
Time to twirl!
You are fortunate that Zephyro and Selenova never set their gaze upon the
You
Xianzhou.
know who I am.
They have no qualms about dealing out destruction by their own
All
hand.
you!
But since that stubborn general of yours has forced me to take center stage, I'll make sure I steal the show.
Recount your sins.
My apologies for leaving so soon, but I have an appointment to keep. I'm sure my friends here will be happy to entertain me.
Mara-struck.
You must be honored to meet me. It's gonna hurt.
I'm on guard. Indestructible.
Do you admit this crime? By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Mara-struck!
What are you looking at?
I shall judge you for the Ten Lords. By the will of the Ten Lords. The Ten Lords decree. Hereby ordained.
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
It's time. Execution!
You must be honored to meet me.
You still deny your sins? Recount your sins. Do you admit this crime?
Fracture!
Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours! What are you looking at? Maybe you can keep it down?
You don't know how serious this is. I shall judge you for the Ten Lords. No amnesty for the Mara-struck.
It's gonna hurt.
Recount your sins.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you really saying that Miss Ting-Yun was a member of the Antimatter Legion all along? And what was that fire that came out of her? And her body? Where did it go? Mr. Yang, you're smart. What happened just now?
The flame we witnessed claimed to be Lord Ravager Fantilia, a name I've heard other Nameless speak of in the past. She's one of 7 Lord Ravagers who serve Nanook, and finds pleasure in witnessing the self-destruction of mortals. She's led countless souls down a dark and hopeless path.
Meaning that Ting-Yun had long since fallen under the Lord Ravager's influence?
I don't believe so. Fantilia revels in watching a corrupted mind eating away its host from inside out, until the obliteration of both is achieved. But there was no indication that Ting-Yun had been misguided or manipulated. It's possible that the Ting-Yun we knew wasn't her true self, but an image Fantilia devised to serve her own purposes.
are saying that the real Ting Yun is still...
I'm sorry, March. I can't say with any certainty where the real Ting Yun may be, or at what point she was replaced by the imposter. Without knowing where the body vanished to, it'll be tough to get an answer. At this point, it's all just conjecture and hope. But if that body belonged to the real Ting Yun, it does raise the question of why Fantilia would go to such lengths to destroy any evidence of her. Wouldn't it be more in line with her destructive nature to leave Ting Yun's remains behind as a display of power? I believe this to be Fantilia's goal: to sow seeds of doubt among us and ensnare us in a malevolent trap.
It's clear that the sudden resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus is all connected to the Lord Ravager. Pretending to be a Xianzhou citizen, planting a Stellaron in the Luofu, all part of her plan to bring about our self-destruction. Fantilia is aiming for the Ambrosial Arbor. If she succeeds, the Luofu will be deprived of its roots, making its destruction all too easy. We must stop her. We need to take a star skiff to Scale Gorge Waterscape. The Ambrosial Arbor can be sealed from that delve. Let's make haste. That imposter had the audacity to carry out her nefarious plans right under our noses. How utterly despicable. What worries me more is just how many more antimatter saboteurs are at large.
This is... You're pretty familiar with this place. Yep, it's the Alchemy Commission. No wonder we were getting those military broadcasts on the way over. Something about the Cloud Knights gathering here, right? They're probably coming to fix the Stellaron problem. It's been such a long journey, but now we're finally gonna meet some Cloud Knights. I'll be back with my unit. I didn't lie to you, right? I told you I'd bring you somewhere safe, and I did. Though, we did take a bit of a detour.
Before I arrived in Starskiff Haven, I had a diviner read my fortune for the journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination, but to seize my chances and travel with the current to reap the greatest harvest.
Meaning?
Meaning, thank you, Miss Sushang.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go report to the nearest captain. You guys can hang around here, but don't run off too far. There'll be Cloud Knights coming to escort you back soon. Bye for now.
The messages never get sent. I wonder what's happening with those three. The Cloud Knights seem to be gathering for the Stellaron disaster. But why did Kafka want us to come here? What happened to them? And what happened to Blade? I've delayed for too long. I need more information. I'm sorry, I have to catch up to my friends. Thank you for looking out for me on this journey. Both of you.
What a huge cauldron.
This aureate cauldron is driven by the cloud hymn magic of our people, the Vidyadhara. It drinks the water of the ancient sea like a whale swallows the tide and refines it into medicinal pellets. All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
You are indeed the chosen one, with endless potential. Yet, cloud hymn magic is just the beginning.
Of Vidyadhara Mirajako? Have these shadows of the past yet to disperse? These memories... No. They have nothing to do with me anymore.
They say that you're a woman's power incarnate. Is that true?
Long. I was exiled from the Shenzhou. I'm no longer one of the Scions of Permanence.
I doubt I will be here to see you take charge. No need to feel aggrieved. Vidyadhara go through cycles of life and death, existing forever in this world. By the time you are the High Elder, my hatching rebirth will be complete, and I will be a child once again. Please take care of me.
Searching power. It's you. You've returned. Something terrible is happening in Steel Gorge Waterscape. Please, don't go any further. Your enemies are waiting for you.
I'm sorry. I cannot linger here. My friends have left. I must find them.
You didn't heed us then, and won't heed us now. As headstrong as you always were. It seems you already made your decision. There is a vessel bound for Steel Gorge Waterscape, located ahead.
He's here.
Right on time.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That
feeling. It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here. It's time to pay the price! It's time! You think changing form will help you escape? Escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I've nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death. I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng. You will know the pain of death.
Not on my watch. You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive. You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh? You looked so familiar.
Look out!
Quit hiding. Your true self revealed.
Stop! You...
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou. A criminal forever banished. The High Elder of the Vidyadhara, Imbibitor Lunae. You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice! I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Come get me.
I have no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
Save your excuses for the shackling prison.
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends. They're caught in their own bitter struggle.
Silence! You're not getting away either!
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka?
Lady, listen to me. Unleash the Mara.
So it begins. Fail to send you.
Surrender!
Grace. The strength I wished not to use.
Too little. What's wrong? Afraid to hurt the boy?
You're all in on it.
Fail to send you.
I wonder wonder if the others are okay. Gotta make this quick.
You two just won't give up. I only have one choice.
So familiar. Did she teach you? You deserve no mercy.
Can't delay any longer. I didn't wish to harm anyone, but there's no other way. Forgive me.
I failed. This isn't over.
All of you listen to me. Stop. Well, Blady, are you satisfied?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Lafu's hotshot general.
Qingyuan.
General!
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou, and yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
My task is complete.
That it is. Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away. I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time. It has been a long time, old friend.
I'm not him.
I'm sorry. You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together? Lunarescent Depths, a realm of singular beauty. Scale Gorge Waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another. The flesh of long-life species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Danfeng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no more. I am Dan Heng. Whether Danfeng was hero or villain has nothing to do with me. I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do not let his shadow cloud your estimation of me, General.
Raising old nets only darkens the water. An exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head, or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible for me.
I already told you,
You did. But to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be without quarrel. If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Don Feng, you must do something for me. Before I can let Don Feng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Luofu.
I may not be capable of the things that Don Feng was capable of.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. Had he not committed that terrible sin, had the power of dragon transmutation been passed on intact, I would have no need to compel you. It is as I said. Here we stand so different from one another. Don Feng is no more. Now, there is only Don Hung. But I am the general of the Luofu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must. Let us talk of happier tidings. The friends you made on the Express are here. Do you wish to see them?
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting for you. I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance, the Stellaron hunters, and the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. But I never anticipated the Antimatter Legion. The hunt is far from over, yet all the while we find ourselves at war with other evil spirits. From this battle onward, the Alliance must fight the Legion to our dying breath, even if it means the end of the Luofu. Our intelligence tells us that the Legion are a mad and destructive war machine. Yet they never took up arms against the Alliance. Lord Ravager Fantilia favors internal collapse.
Her hatching rebirth is complete. She left me all alone. Still, I wait for the day of my rebirth. Endless waiting. As recorded in the ancient texts, this body of water was brought by my people from our homeworld. It formed part of the roiling deep. It is as pure here as it was there. Our dragon ancestors nurtured us with the water of life, and bestowed us with the
Look, your friends are taking the fight to the Legion as we speak.
We need to help them. Let's go! Heaven's Surge. Celestial Dragon.
Here is thunder!
Heaven's Surge. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise.
This is our chance.
I told ya I could fight. Watch this!
Conflict is pitiless.
Heaven's Surge. Celestial dragon.
Let's go. Take this! Rules are made to be broken. You're out!
Grace.
Here is thunder!
Heaven's Surge.
Time for the Master's radiant spirit. Heed my word. Show no mercy!
Heaven's Surge. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise.
This is our chance.
Qingyuan, where have you been?
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces. The seats of divine foresight relayed the battle reports to me. As for Fantilia's plan...
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Fantilia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author, and turn the Luofu into a hell of undying abominations.
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express, I have brought someone with me whom I think you'll be eager to see.
Huh? Is that... Don Hung? You are Don Hung, right? What's with the horns?
It's a long story, March. It's me.
So, you do have secret strength.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we? My astral guests. When you first appeared on the Luofu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. I was concerned that the Stellaron hunters harbored ulterior motives and refused your offer. I see now that I was overly anxious. Nevertheless, it is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. In doing so, she succeeded in making it clear that your sincerity is beyond doubt. The Luofu is in your debt, and I have no right to seek further assistance from you. However, as Lady Fu has explained, the appearance of Fantilia means that the situation is far from under our control. As General of the Luofu, it would be foolish of me not to ask Don Hung and the rest of you for your strength at this critical moment.
Even if the crisis on the Luofu had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be willing to help. But I can't speak for the other members of my crew. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express, that's the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far off. Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. That's why the nameless who are able to stay the course number few indeed. Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote counts.
Don Hung?
Thank you, Don Hung.
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak. But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Law Fu.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived. So, what's the master plan, General?
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the Senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm, and on Dong Hong's ability to access the memories of the High Elder.
High Elder?
When the Rainbow Arbiter severed the Ambrosial Arbor, remnants of the curse of the plague's author lingered. In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Law Fu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence. Under the direction of the High Elder, the Vidyadhara guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale Gorge waterscape delve and contain the Arbor. To commemorate this magnificent feat and sacrifice, the Alliance erected the Dragon Vista Rain Monument, a Vidyadhara statue.
Ah, it looks so much like Don Hung. I wonder if... the statue... is that... Don Hung's brother?
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago. Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power, and their appearance is that of a child. Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Law Fu Vidyadhara have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the Arbor, should be able to open a way through to that great tree. What happens next is in your hands.
The annals mention that Scale Gorge waterscape was once the location of Dragon Palace. Small wonder. Look at all these submerged structures.
I was fortunate enough to be here during the Shuhu upheaval period. I witnessed this place in its prime. An age passed. The palace was left in ruins, and the Vidyadhara used their sacred homeland to imprison the Arbor. The Luofu and the Xianzhou are greatly indebted to them. Lady Fu.
Here, General.
Remain here. Lead the Cloud Knights in defense of this passage. We must prevent further incidents.
Jingyuan. General, are you planning to face Fantilia alone?
I wouldn't say so. I'll be counting on a few friends for support.
General, don't cast us aside. We're willing to go with you.
Yes, General. We may not be the mightiest force, but it's our duty as Cloud Knights to protect the Xianzhou. How can we let Outworlders face the danger while we stay behind the lines? With your permission, sir, allow me to lead the way.
I understand your sentiments, soldiers. But the adversary ahead of us is not an abomination of abundance. They are a Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion. Crossing this line will bring you into the conflict between the Rainbow Arbiter and the Ruin Author. You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention! After I enter the Ambrosial Arbor, and if the seawater returns to its original state, you must withdraw immediately and seal off the delve once more. The Master Diviner will lead you.
Yes, General!
Lady Fu, if I am unable to return, I entrust you with the important task of relaying the full account to the other Xianzhou ships.
I trust you will be here to reissue the order in person. But whatever the outcome, I will do as you command and honor the mission.
Spoken like a true general.